to represent Imam Hussein TV and also the viewership and the Ummah and the Jama'ah of London, UK, here in the holy city of Karbala. The atmosphere, we are commemorating Sayyid Qasim tonight. And as you are aware, with Karbala tradition, there is the Zafar al-Qasim. There are so many people coming from neighboring cities and villages coming tonight in honor of Sayyid Qasim. They will bring out their big lanterns and candles and henna and sweets, and commemorate with drums and so forth. Throughout the whole day, we have had different muwaqib walking towards the shrine of Abu Abdullah Hussein alayhi salam for this specific reason of commemorating the martyrdom of Sayyid Qasim. The atmosphere has been very, very vibrant, very energetic. There's a lot of people that are coming from towns and together uniting under the banner of Hussein alayhi salam. Tonight is a very significant night for Sayyid Qasim. A lot of people will, go from their cities specifically to Karbala, specifically for this night. And a lot of them are bringing their hajat, bringing their du'as, bringing their covenants and oaths, and Ya Allah, please, I have this problem. If this happens in the name of Sayyid Qasim, I will perform such a deed, and I will give this much to charity. I will perform this many prayers as a thank you and as a gratification and gratitude, inshallah. So yes, the atmosphere here has been fantastic. It has been very, very busy, and inshallah, I pray inshallah you guys can definitely benefit from the viewership at Imam Hussein TV and the broadcasting, but inshallah you guys can be here to witness it yourselves.
More of an update. I wanted to ask you personally, Sayyid, of course you have been doing multiple jobs at the same time for Imam Hussein TV and Imam Hussein Charity. There's so much you're doing behind the scenes. I wanted to ask you, we've been speaking for the last couple of nights, but how does Imam Hussein Charity and the activities that they do affect you personally?
For me personally speaking, I've been with the charity for a number of years now, and I have done some on-the-ground work firsthand at some of the charitable campaigns that are done at Imam Hussein Charity. Whether we are looking after orphans and widows and clothes, giving them toys, whether it's like the Ramadan iftar pack where we are packing boxes and food essentials to give towards the families, being on the ground and watching the work materialize. That look, we together as a team thought of an idea, we promoted and we collected money, and to see that being materialized into actual work where trucks of water is being distributed, where we have meat and rice being cooked to feed thousands of people, and I'm there looking, and it was like, this was just an idea on a drawing board with three of us discussing with you, how can we do it, how logistically possible, can we even manage, and can we even handle such amount of khidmah, can we hit these targets? And year after year it has become easier and easier, and in fact it's not a case of how many can we handle and distribute, but really how much more do we need, because so many people are benefiting from the campaigns that we're doing, especially during the month of Muharram and Safar, where thousands of pilgrims, millions will be coming for Arba'een, and all of them need essential as food and water as they walk towards Abu Abdullah Hussein alayhi salam. So for me personally, seeing it, first-hand experience, even helping distribute and so forth, I feel that really achieved our goal, and it is absolutely amazing work that we have done, but I think we've underestimated how much more needs to be done and how much more of an impact we can make by simply allowing people to donate more and contribute more, and ensure we can make a much more significant difference. We've got the experience, we've got the logistics in place. We can easily double, triple the amount we are distributing. All we need is our brothers and sisters to contribute via www.imamhusseincharity.com or the Sadqa app, and together we can make a real impact in the holy city of Karbala in these nights as we honor Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam.
On that note then, what's one urgent need that's very much in demand, something that we can speak about tonight?
Definitely it is the water appeal. The heat has increased. It is getting very, very difficult. I don't know if you can hear my voice as well. I need a glass of water in a second. However, because there are so many people that are coming and because the temperatures are so hot, water is the most essential necessity here in Karbala. Believe you me, Mr. Mulali Fadl, that people are not picking up 1 or 2 cups, they're picking up 4 or 5 for themselves because it is so hot. People are dehydrating so much, so quickly because of the heat, from the sweat. Those who are attending majalis, sitting in the heat, doing latam and matam, participating in the chest beating rituals and other rituals as well, makes them thirsty, and they need water as soon as possible. You cannot underestimate how much water is required in the holy city of Karbala. The water from the pipes are not good enough, they're not safe enough. So every single person needs to be drinking, which is recommended by the doctors, 4 to 6 liters in the summertime. Every single person. I'm telling you, there's at least 1 million people here during the month of Muharram. So what does that make it? 6 million liters that we need? 6 million liters we need for just 1 million, and there's going to be more coming in and out of the holy city of Karbala. We've seen every day more and more people turning up. Alhamdulillah, we saw the Jama'ah from London today, a lot of regulars at Imam Hussein TV, a lot of people that me and you both know, seeing at Husseiniyah, have arrived in the holy city of Karbala, and more Zawar are coming. So I think and I believe that water is an essential, and your campaign is The Thirst Remains. Your whole this is on Abu Abdullah al-Hussein and his thirst, and in his name and his thirst we are trying to quench the thirst of all those Zawar and Azadar that are here in the holy city of Karbala. So I urge everyone to please donate whatever you can. £1 goes a long way. 2-3 pounds will give at least 1 or 2 boxes that could give water to at least 30 to 40 people. So when we ask for £10, £20, £50, believe you me, you are giving water to hundreds, thousands of people collectively in the name of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein.
So on that note, you've been on the streets of Karbala quite a few times last couple of nights. Is there something impactful that you've seen that's maybe touched your heart, something has inspired you, Sayyid?
What inspired me is we had one delivery of water that came through, and there wasn't enough people to help carry the water. So people from joined and said, hey, how much is your delivery? Is it the whole truck that you unload? Where do you want the water to be unloaded to? And we made the human chain, and one by one everyone was passing. The order was at least 100 crates of 100 boxes of this water. So they were there making a human chain and passing it along strangers, people that just know each other by face, or they haven't never seen each other before. But it was all in the name of Imam Hussein, and they understood the urgency and the need for, number one, the water to go into storage, the water to be distributed, and also for others to help and get this unloaded so that more trucks and so forth can come and offload all of their goods. So the amount of help and khidmah that is being done amongst the Mawaqibs, because they understand the necessity and the need to help give the tabarruk, the water, the food, or whatever they are giving to the Zawar and to the Azadar, seeing them come together to help one another is truly, truly fascinating.
Absolutely, Sayyid. Thank you so much for that. So I just, to understand just a bit more about, you've mentioned that this is the first time I actually hear you say it in terms of, look, the work is great, but there's so much more that we can do. What would you say to those that are watching, that are perhaps considering donating, maybe on the fence a bit? What would you say to those that you nudge in the right direction a bit?
There is never a campaign that you cannot donate enough to. Thinking that, oh, they've reached their goal, they reached their target, that's enough, I don't need to contribute, or I'm not sure that I want to contribute or not. We are at a place where so many people are coming in and taking water from the Muwakibs. It's just not enough. I've seen it myself, where I will have a box of water and it's gone within a minute, 60 seconds, and I've distributed 30 to 40 pieces of water, and there's people still there with their hands out empty. So I'll go and I'll find another box, and I'm telling you, the more you give, it's not enough. More and more people are coming. So don't think that, oh, there's a target and they've got enough and they're handling it. No. There is still more to do. We're looking after one strip, by the way. You yourself, Mullah Ali Fadl, are a Karbala'i, and you know how many famous roads there are. You have Shara Qibla, you have Shara Abbas, you have Shara Sidra, and then there's Bab al-Baghdad, and down that way. There's so many routes towards the holy shrines, and each route has hundreds and thousands and millions of Zawar and Azadar coming down. So if we take care of one street, it doesn't mean that there are, the other streets are also taken care of. No, so much that needs to be done and taken care of. We cannot look at donating towards Imam Hussein charity as, they're doing we're one brick in a wall. We are a massive wall. Everyone is doing what they can to accommodate the guests of Abu Abdullah Hussein. And the guests keep on coming, so it doesn't matter, who is doing the khidmah. The khidmah is being done for the Zawar, so please, if you can donate, do it at imamhusseincharity.com or on the Sadqa app, where we can guarantee you, number one, 100% of your donation goes towards the campaign, and secondly, your donations will be given and done on the ground within minutes of you donating. As soon as you donate, we are purchasing items for cooking tabarruk, for distributing water, helping with majalis, for helping orphans, for performing ziyarah. It is done almost instantly, and myself, I'm doing reports every day to show you guys where your money is being, 100% of your money is being spent, so you can see exactly where the money has gone and who is benefiting from your contribution.
Sayyidina, have you spoken to anyone who's benefited from the IHC Muharram, The Thirst Remains campaign this year?
I have spoken to many of those who attend the majalis that are here in Karbala, that Imam Hussein charity is directly involved with, and so many of them are happy and coming back saying that this majalis was a great program. We enjoyed the majlis, we enjoyed the latha, we enjoyed the tabarruk, we enjoyed the water, and the water was, coming and we could drink 2, 3, 4 times and so forth, and they're coming the following day and the day after and the day after. People are benefiting, people are satisfied and happy, and the main thing is people don't need to go to other places to go get water and so forth, which does not mean that it's secure and it's okay. It does mean that other places are in need, and we are trying to help them as well. We are contributing to the surrounding mawakibs from Imam Hussein charity. Mawkib that needs water will come to us and we'll give them a box or 2 or 3, because at the end of the day, it's not a case of this is our spot and we're going to be distributing from here. No, distributing to everyone and everyone who needs our help, and anyone and everyone who needs a meal or water or needs to help, with their majlis and so forth. In terms of speaking to directly, yes, we've spoken to many. We see them regularly, and also we see those who come to get water, and I see those who, we have to, I'm sorry, we've run out, or you can go next door or further up the road and they will have water for you and so forth. So I'm seeing it daily.
Last question, Sayyidina, before we leave you, and we wanted to, of course, thank you for your time once again, but what do you want every viewer to remember when this show ends about Karbala and the role that they play, the viewers, in spreading the message?
When I come to Karbala, my mother always used to say, when you go to the shrine of Imam Hussein, make sure you recite a majlis. And the last couple of years, the Shabab used to come to Karbala for Arba'in and so forth. I would, get a crowd in the shrine in the corner, and one by one we would stand and we'd recite something, for 4 or 5 minutes, something small. And we created a little majlis in the shrine of Imam Hussein. Someone would have recited a lecture, someone would have recited Masaib, someone would have recited poetry, something like that. But we created a majlis in the shrine of Imam Hussein, and this was what my mother was encouraging. Now, all of you guys have the opportunity to be a part of the majlis of Imam Hussein, which will give a khatib, professional khatib, someone who is well learned, to recite a majlis in the name of Abu Abdullah Hussein, and also a radu to come and recite poetry in the name of Imam Hussein. And furthermore, tabarruk and water being distributed amongst these majalis and zawar and azadar of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Everybody wants to do a majlis in their home. Everyone says, inshallah, I'm going to call a speaker and we're going to have latam and matam and we're going to have tabarruk and we're going to have food. But imagine if you had the same sort of energy and the same sort of intention for the holy city of Karbala, where there are many who depend on the tabarruk of Imam Hussein to get their 2 or 3 meals a day, where there are many who have come from far, even when it was difficult to come to the holy city of Karbala through flying and so forth, they made their way towards the holy city, and they need safe, clean water. Some of them may be ill, some of them may be thirsty, some of them may need water to wipe their faces and from the sweat and so forth, to give to young children who are feeling hot and discomfort in this heat and are dehydrated. You brothers and sisters can be a part of that experience. You guys can be a part of the majlis of Abu Abdullah Hussein alayhi salam in the holy city of Karbala, where it all happened. Right behind me, there's the shrine of Abu Fadl Abbas. There's the shrine of Abu Abdullah Hussein alayhi salam, who died thirsty on the plains of Karbala. You can see inside there the azadar, the lattam, the mourners and the grievers. These are the people that you are helping. These are the people that you are quenching their thirst in the name of Imam Hussein, that you are feeding them in the name of Imam Hussein. And as you said, Ali Fadl, the thirst remains. That is our campaign. Abu Abdullah Hussein died thirsty, and it is in his name and his legacy together we can quench the thirst of all of the Hussainis here in the holy city of Karbala.
Sayyidina Sayyid Muhsin, thank you so much for your time. May Allah bless you for your hard work, and inshallah we'll see you same time tomorrow. Thank you for your time, Sayyid. On that note, brothers and sisters, the program does commence and the program does resume. Tonight we are dedicating our thoughts and our remembrance and our elegies and our conversations around allegiance, because tonight, especially in Karbala, they are remembering the companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, those who stood brave on the day of Ashura to protect Imam Hussein alayhi salam, regardless of any kind of situation, whether it was wealth, money, whether it was family, whether it was stature, whether it was positions, power, whatever it was, they sacrificed everything in order to stand in front of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and not just defend Imam Hussein, but defend the religion. So we're going to go to a very quick video based on what Sayyid Muhsin was saying in terms of the activities that Imam Hussein Charity are doing, and then inshallah we'll see you after the break.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. 1400 years ago, a man by the name of Hussein was here pleading for water because he was dying from thirst. Today, hundreds and thousands have come in honor of his martyrdom, and inshallah you have been contributing towards the water campaign. Whenever you donate towards Imam Hussein Charities, the water campaign, you are providing water, fresh, clean, safe water for the Azadar, for the people of Karbala during these holy nights. Come follow me as we have a delivery right over here of water. When you donate your £20, you are donating water for the Zawar and for the Azadar of Abdullah Hussein. Each mosque needs water. There are hundreds and thousands of people here. The heat is tremendous. You're looking at about 40, 45 degrees Celsius. We are providing water to different muwaqibs so that they can distribute it amongst all of the Zawar and people around in the holy city of Karbala. Come follow me. You can see here in bathtubs where they put ice to cool the water so Zawar can come and pick up and take at their own need, inshallah. And furthermore, we have Husayniyah here. They'll be having majalis throughout the night, as well as storing water for those muwaqib that are close by, and all those commemorating the martyrdom of Abu Abdullah Hussein alayhi salam. So I urge all of you brothers and sisters in the heat and during these holy nights of Muharram that you donate kindly towards the water campaign, giving clean, fresh and safe water to the Zawar and the people of Karbala so that we can drink and stay hydrated in such extreme weather. Very much. And if you want more information, visit www.imamhusseincharity.com or follow on the Sadqa app.
Welcome back, dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV. You are watching Imam Hussein Charity's live fundraising campaign, The Thirst Remains. If you've just joined us, we have finished our conversation with Sayyid Muhsin Shah, who is one of our representatives, live from the city of Karbala. They traveled a couple of days before Muharram to prepare. And essentially the work that they do, and this is basically the donations that you put through to us, 100% of that donation goes directly to the work that Sayyid Muhsin is doing in Karbala. We showed you a video just now of some of the activities that they are doing, but one of the most important messages that I got from Sayyid Muhsin today is no matter how much work we are doing, based on your very generous donations, there is still so much more to do. One of the main things that they want to prioritize today, and of course in the coming days, is water. It is very hot in Iraq. There are Zawar that are going without water. Now you might think, well, how is that possible? It is possible. Water is very difficult. They need to pack it in a certain way. And they have the resources available, Imam Hussein Charity. They have the logistics available, the resources available. They just need the funding to get as much water as possible. He even told a story, a personal story, of someone coming to him, asking for water from a basket. But he said, I don't have water. Maybe that mawqib or the mawqib after has water. So it is very vital right now. The heat is extraordinary in Iraq, and people are not just taking 1 or 2 cups of water, they are taking 4 or 5 because of how dehydrated they are. And that is, by the way, when it comes to not just the Zawar who are there from abroad, but also the Zawar who are there, who are living in poverty, trying to access clean and safe. They come to these places to do that. Not only in Iraq, because in Pakistan it's the same thing, in Afghanistan it's the same thing. And that's why we also put a priority on the water well campaign, which is £1,400, if I'm not mistaken. It should be on the screen, but it's £1,400, and that you can donate to a water well in Pakistan. Now, I will talk about the benefits of the water well, and I will give you some statistics, inshallah, around the dire situation in certain areas in Pakistan where water wells are critical and they can sustain a village for years and years and years. Now imagine the sadaqah jariyah that you get, continuous sadaqah, the ongoing thawab that you get by just donating a water well, okay? Which is all in the name of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. So for this program, inshallah, we're going to be joined by another Imam Hussein charity representative, Abu Talib, who has been on the ground in Karbala. He's visited different poverty-stricken areas. He can give us first-hand, number one, the plight of these people living in poverty, but number two, give us his own experience. When he did see them, what were they like? What were their conversations like? How was it like for them? And what can we do to, right? So inshallah, we're going to go to a very, very small break. We're at 12 o'clock here in London, which means we don't have much of the program remaining. We're going to go to a very small break. And inshallah, we'll bring Abu Talib on and have a very, very good conversation with him. We'll see you in a few minutes.
This is one of the multiple kitchens in which thousands of meals are being prepared for those that are coming to the majalis and the ma'at of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Your donation to Al-Atash campaign will go directly to buying the pulses, the herbs, the spices and the rice that's being prepared and cooked in the majlis. Be part of the change. Be part of the donation.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Very small, a very short break because we welcomed on our dear brother Abu Talib. Assalamu alaikum, Abu Talib.
Assalamu alaikum, how are you?
How are you? Hope
you well, inshallah. Allah taqabbal a'mal wa 'azama lakum al-ajr, inshallah.
Wa ajurkum, inshallah. Thank you very much for coming.
It's my honor.
I know what Muharram is like for you.
Yes.
It's very hectic.
Alhamdulillah.
You work during the day and then majalis at night, or you take the time off?
So alhamdulillah, I take 14 days off.
Fantastic.
And the 10 days before it as well, I work part-time.
Okay.
So we can make preparations.
That's brilliant.
Yes,
so your whole life is essentially dedicated around these 10 nights.
Inshallah, it is. Inshallah, we ask Imam Hussein to accept from us.
Inshallah.
Because there's very little that we offer what Imam Hussein sacrificed.
Fantastic, fantastic. So your whole, that's how, I didn't know that, you've taken the time. I thought you'd do a couple of hours maybe and then...
I mean, I passed by, but otherwise there's so much work to be done, so...
My main thing, what I'm trying to say is that I know you've taken time out.
Yes.
Of the khidmah that you do to another form of khidmah, of course. So we appreciate you being here.
Alhamdulillah, thank you so much. My honor it is.
First and foremost, I think, did you go to Muharram last year?
It wasn't last year, it was the year before.
With Imam Hussein Charity?
It was with Imam Hussein Charity,
With Imam Hussein Charity, okay.
So we had a live show, and then in the extra times where we were doing the Mokib, which is in Shar al-Qibla.
Yeah.
So we were there, and it was, honestly, it was... there are lots of memories you have, but that was one of the experiences that we will never ever forget.
Why?
First of all, because you're serving here, we're serving Imam Hussein from a distance.
Yeah.
And we always say, Ya laytana kunna ma'akum sadati in Zikr Ashura. But when you're serving Imam Hussein and you're quenching the thirst, and you were speaking about water and water wells, and the kid comes up to you and says, Amma, can I get some water? And you give him a cold water, and it's, it's sweating, and you can see it's so cold, and from the distance, you see the dome of Imam Hussein, you know that his thirst wasn't quenched. It's refreshing and it nourishes you that you've made a change. And let's not forget about the poverty and the difficulties that people are living in Iraq. And
absolutely.
There are, especially in the last 2-3 years, all the neighboring countries around Iraq, lots of Syrians have come in, lots of Pakistanis will stay in Iraq, lots of people from Afghanistan will stay in Iraq because it's some sort of easier life for them to stay. And it all depends on the mawakib.
Yes.
And let's not forget that the mawakib, the food that they're giving, is not because they're people which are hungry.
Right.
It's all in the name of Imam Hussein.
Absolutely.
So it's very important for brothers and sisters to contribute and give and donate while they can.
So I was going to say, because of the work that you've done 2 years ago, did you speak to anyone that benefited from Imam Hussein Charity?
A lot.
What can you...
A lot. There was one lady, she came and she had a niqab on. And what's beautiful about the service of Imam Hussein and giving in the name of Imam Hussein is that when we speak to people like, brother, donate, they're like, I'm going through tough times and I'm going through difficulties and I'm paying off a mortgage and I've got some sort of expenses. And there are people, they have so little, yet they are so generous for Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
Yeah.
So there is this lady that came, and very elderly lady, and she came, she says, oh my son, can I just have plain rice? I don't want any stew. And I'm like, you sure, mom? Like I can put you. She's like, no, that's fine. Because it's just me and I'm an elderly lady and this is the only thing that I will want. So we gave her a fair amount and she went, and then the next day she came, guess what she bought? Guess.
I don't know.
She bought 2 packs of tissue. Table
Why?
tissue. In Iraq it's 250. It's a ruba, that's equivalent to maybe 25 pence.
Yeah.
She bought 2. And she specifically came like, can you call that guy? And it's really busy and there's people shouting And
cooking.
they're like, listen, somebody did see. I'm like, okay, I don't have any family members that have come. She was like, somebody did see, and I went, and she was like, please give these in the name of Imam Hussein, please.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it really makes you feel that some people they can afford.
Yeah.
Some people can't afford.
Yeah.
Yet they still know that they have a duty to participate and give in the name of Imam Hussein. What's the value of tissue?
Nothing.
Nothing. You know, we see tissue everywhere.
Yeah.
We don't use it. But that's what proves that when you put effort in, others will as well. And most importantly, it's in the name of Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
So what do you wish then the donors could see with their own eyes or experience after they donate to Imam Hussein charity? What do you want them to feel?
There are some things that you can explain.
Yeah.
But there are some things, it's love. Love can't be explained.
Yeah, you just need to be there.
It's just, you have to be there.
Yeah.
And when you give for Imam Hussein, don't think twice. You see when like you want to make a payment, you're like, can I pay cash or card? For Imam Hussein, it's a green light. Because Imam Hussein deserves the most. Let's not forget our amwat. Let's not forget our people which are sick, our marda. And let's not forget whoever has got hajat. I was looking through Instagram the other day and there was a Mawla and he was speaking and he said something very nice. He said that time is really valuable. And now you've got some money, spend it in the name of Imam Hussein. Because there'll be a time where you won't have any.
Money, yeah.
While you're young, attend the majalis.
Because there's going to be a time there.
There'll be a time where you'll be old, you can't attend majalis anymore. While you're healthy, go and help and serve because you can now. While you have the time, go and attend. And while you're still young, so beat your chest because they'll be coming and we know all our uncles, they'll be sitting to the side, they can't lift their hands, they'll be standing to the side. So while you have the energy, while you can, and while we are still on this earth, let us give this sadaqah. Because we have so many poems in Arabic that when you are in the grave and you hear a mawqif passing by, you wish to be with them to serve Imam Hussein. Because he'll be there. You say, oh, I wish I put more effort in. But then the time will be...
How does serving in London compare to serving in Iraq?
Serving in London, it's much more organized.
Okay.
In Iraq, it's really hectic. Everybody's shouting. I mean, here it is as well. But I think we all have a duty. For us, which are living in the West, and we've got skills and we've got, you know, the patience. Because to be a servant, you have to be patient. You have to have a big heart. You'll have people... There was one experience that I had in Iraq. And there was a queue. And we were giving out the juice in charity, and the lady, she pushed the queue and she had to go at me, and the other boys, they interfered and they're like, why is she having, like, you know, you have to have a really big heart with serving. But because we're living in the West, I think we have to put extra time to the service of Imam Hussein. We have to make it bigger than it is. Imam Hussein's message is extremely big. And the whole world is exploring and finding more about Imam Hussein, debate and the message of Imam Hussein. But we need to put effort in. For those that have university, I'm sure you can find extra time to the gym. Skip the gym, go attend the majlis. Listen to a lecture. Don't say, I don't go to because they only speak Arabic. Now, how many languages do we have majalis?
Loads.
I know one imam, it's got 4 majalis just for ladies. One in Arabic, one in Iranian, one in Urdu, and one in English. That's only for ladies.
Wow.
Before Salah, they have in English. After Salah, they have in Arabic. After Arabic, they have a small program in Iranian.
That's amazing.
I mean, there is so much that we can do and learn more about Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
So with your work in Karbala 2 years ago,
yes,
have you stayed in touch with Imam Hussein charity since then in Iraq? I mean, last year Arba'in maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
So last year Arba'in, I wasn't 100% with the team there, but as we were walking past, because when you work with a charity, you're part of it.
Yeah.
You live with the charity.
Yeah.
I mean, you go abroad as well, but you still have some responsibilities and duties. Because, you know, it's so relaxing to work with charity. You see the difference.
Yeah.
You see the smiles on people's faces. And, you know, when we say we've reached to this many thousand baskets in Shahr Ramadan, we've fed this many orphans, we've done so many campaigns, you know, you feel like you've put something in, you've put an effort in. So, alhamdulillah, we were given the tawfiq for us to pass by the mawqib. We stayed overnight. We helped at the mawqib. I believe it's poll 1114. So we also recommend for all the viewers which are passing by in Arba'in, inshallah, to pass by our mawqib, give us a hand and experience it for yourself. We'll be English-speaking members, Arabic, Iranian, everybody is welcome, inshallah.
So you mentioned Ramadan. I know that you visited an orphanage. I think it was in December time.
Yes.
Maybe not this December before.
One
that.
before.
Right. Can you recall any inspirational experience that you had with someone there? Was it a particular story that stuck out?
So The orphans and working with the orphans, it's something that you can't explain. And I wish I could go back, but unfortunately we haven't had enough time. And I believe as well the orphans, they grow up and they forget you. But there was one experience, and it was, I think we went on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
The orphans, as we were there, they were like, oh, we've just come back from ziyarah and we had a really good experience. I went to Imam Hussein, and some of the kids, what was really nice, were calling Imam Hussein Baba. So we were there and like, I forgot my bag at Baba's house. Oh, I forgot my toy at Baba's house. And I was like, Baba, what's happening? They're like, they call Imam Hussein Baba.
Subhanallah.
Why? Because he's the father of orphans.
Yeah.
So look how attached they feel to the orphans, that they call Imam Hussein Baba and father. And everybody there is a servant of Imam Hussein. From a young age, these orphans are taught to serve, to help, to give. We were given out water. They gave us water. They were like, it's on the love of Imam Hussein. And it just shows you that Imam Hussein is for everybody.
It is.
Imam Hussein unites us all. You may be a different color. You may be in a different field of work. You may be speaking a different language. But when it comes to Muharram, when it comes to Ashura, when it comes to serving Imam Hussein and the love of Imam Hussein, we are united under one flag, inshallah.
Under one flag, inshallah. We're going to continue with the discussions with Abu Talib. I just want to give a quick, brief insight to the dear viewers. Of course, it is very, very inspiring language and conversations that we're having, not only with Abu Talib, but also with Muhsin Shah, who I spoke to earlier today. There's a list of campaigns under the banner of The Thirst Remains. Right? The priority, I would say, today is the water campaign. It's a very, very simple campaign. Donate to get more water to the Zuwar. It's a very simple campaign. It's £20 to provide water for the Zuwar. That is the most needed thing right now. Aside from that, along the list, in no particular order, is a majlis. So you can contribute £50 towards a majlis in honor of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Then you can combine tabarruk and the majlis, or you could do the tabarruk campaign, which is also 50, where your donations will provide food and tabarruk for those gathering in the remembrance of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Then you can combine both of them and do a majlis and tabarruk for £100, where you fund a full majlis, provide food for those attending the majalis of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Okay, then we to a mawkib and say Abu Talib.
Yes, sorry, you are looking after the show. I'm just a guest.
Yes.
The one about looking after a majlis, how much is that?
It's £100.
So, Mullah Ali, we have so many narrations.
Tell me.
That in each and every majlis, Sahibat al-Aza, Fatima Zahra is present.
Salamullah alayha.
Yani if me and you, if you are now to recite, and I'll be beating my chest, the third is Fatima Zahra, Salamullahi alayha. We have narrations from our Imams, from our Ma'asumeen, in our books, and in other, she is present. What is greater than paying £100 to have the presence of Fatima Zahra in your household, or giving or contributing for you to quench the thirst of Fatima Zahra, to give a tabarruk to Fatima Zahra, salamullahi alayha.
Wow.
£100.
I don't even think
you are honestly buying your akhirah.
Subhanallah.
Yani specifically this year, I've come to the conclusion that when you give in the name of Imam Hussein, when you give a charity, you're not doing me a favor. You're not doing Imam Hussein charity favor. You're not doing Imam Hussein a favor. You're doing yourself a favor.
Absolutely.
يعني الخير إلك فقط. It's only for yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's like you see, like when you pay off a mortgage, you know you're building something. Maybe you're paying 0.1% every month. This is the same thing. You're paying your akhirah. We've got sins. We've got qadha, we've got ghiba, we've got namima. So this charity work that you do, by the name of Imam Hussein, salamullahi alayhi,
I love that.
it's all wiped out.
I love that.
And if you think like this, it becomes so easy.
Yeah.
If you think, oh, £100, that's one with 2 zeros, that's 2 pinkies, that's 5 20s, it becomes very difficult.
Yeah.
If you're saying £20 to quench the thirst of people which are thirsty, you know how much Sayyid Muhsin saying about water was being given out and they didn't have enough water. Do you know how many times we see people, 1 cup of water, which is 200, they share it between 2 people?
Subhanallah.
Because they can't catch up.
Wow.
Let us not forget, today I've just come out of Husseiniya and I'm sweating. It's really hot.
Yeah.
We live in the West, we live in the UK. You can get ice everywhere.
AC.
You can get tap water, you can get ACs, you can get hold of whatever you like. These countries are really behind. It's really difficult.
It's very difficult.
They still go to the ice factory and get a big block of ice which is scraped out and their bare feet. You know, it's really
hard.
difficult to
It
get
is
hold
hard,
of
yeah.
these sort of things. So this is the importance of donating.
Yeah.
Imam Hussein, I'm sorry.
No, 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 no.
Imam
It's
Hussein
amazing.
سلام الله عليه
سلام الله عليه.
كربلاء عاشوراء طف طفل الرضيع علي الأصغر سكينة أبا الفاض سيدة زينب عون, the whole team, the whole issue was Nahr al-Furat. Their thirst wasn't quenched.
Yeah.
How difficult is it for us to quench the thirst of the lovers of Imam Hussein alayhi salam?
Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
If we look to Tufl al-Radi', 6 months, old orphan, he was thirsty. If we look at Ali al-Akbar, he said to him, Father, my tongue, my lips have become as dry as wood. Water. Imam Hussein salam Allahi alayhi, which is, for me, he is my father, my mother, my soul. Everybody is attached to one ma'soom. Imam Hussein is the king. His thirst wasn't quenched. £20. You're quenching the thirst of the lovers of Imam Hussein. Brothers and sisters, we are all going through difficulties, tough times. We have expenses. We want to go on holidays, on trips. But I assure you, sparing £40, £20, a £100 package, a £50 package, tabarruk is not difficult. And we are only following the footsteps of our ma'sumin. Imam al-Sajjad salam Allahi alayhi, after the martyrdom of his father, he requested for the ladies to take the majlis, to recite, to beat their chests, and he will go and cook.
Yeah.
They were doing the dishes of dal and lentils. So we are only following the footsteps of Ahlul Bayt salam Allah alayhi.
Sayyidina, I don't want to stop your flow because
Habibi
it's been
Mullah.
really, really
I'm
inspiring.
sorry, no.
We just
Let's-
need to go
let's
to a
listen
very,
more to
very, no, it's just a very, very small break, brothers and sisters. But before I do, just to give you a quick reminder, water is £20, £50 for a majlis, £50 for tabarruk, except £100 will be both of them together. Then you can also fund a mawkib, which is also £100, because the mawakib, they distribute the tabarruk, and they also provide a sanctuary for people to stay and rest. And also the £1,400 for the water well. We're going to go on a very, very small break, and I didn't even realize that the time has now, it's almost up. But we're going to go on a small break, and we'll conclude with Abu Talib straight after. See you in a few minutes. Welcome back, dear viewers of Imam Hussein Charity. If you are just joining us, honestly, it's been such an inspiring couple of days, but also today, you know, we've had speakers on who can give us wisdom and knowledge about Imam Hussein and the legacy of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. We've had a poet give us a description about the creative aspect of poetry and connecting that to Imam Hussein alayhi salam. But tonight, I really feel like we've had raw passion, someone who's been on the ground, someone who's seen it and breathed it and just lived that atmosphere. And that's Abu Talib. So we really do appreciate your time.
Thank you so
Just want to give you a quick reminder in case you want to donate. The details are on your screen, imamhusseincharity.com. There's a QR code. You can download the Sadaqah app, and that'll get you directly to the donation pages for Imam Hussein Charity. So, Sayyid, I mean, look, everything that you've said so far has been amazing. Right? I mean, there's things that I've learned. This Fatima Zahra one is next level, by the way.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
I didn't realize that.
And Mullah, this is not creativity. This is not.
Yeah.
This is not bringing
You're not trying to
something out
say
of the hat.
something. Yeah.
This is something we speak with evidence. We speak records. We speak with your mother telling you, I went to this majlis and I heard this and I learned this miracle. My mother telling me. You know, we learn from our mothers because they have the love of Ahlul Bayt from our households, from our Imam Barqas as well.
Yeah. So look, there's going to be viewers out here listening to you and they're like, oh, do you know what? They may be stuck in two minds. What would you say to someone who's considering donating today?
Don't think twice. Going on holiday, think twice. Buying something new, think twice. Financing things, think twice. Subscribing for Netflix, think twice. Going on a trip, inviting a friend, speaking to a family member. Imam Hussein, don't think twice. Imam Hussein and the love of Imam Hussein and serving Imam Hussein. You want tawfiq, Imam Hussein. You want rizq, you want Imam Hussein. You want health, Imam Hussein. Amwat, Imam Hussein. Good luck, Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein gave everything. Imam Hussein sacrificed everything. Everything he had valuable. The Quran says, زِينَةَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا الْمَالِ وَالْبَنُونَ. Imam Hussein sacrificed all his wealth. And he sacrificed his children. Do you think that Imam Hussein doesn't have a rank and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala where he can't reward you for what you want?
Absolutely.
Don't think twice, brothers and sisters. The campaigns which have been provided, it's lots of effort and lots of hard work Imam Hussein Charity puts in to find suitable campaigns.
How can you relate? You know, tonight is the night of the companions.
Yes.
Right. How can you relate the companions to what you're saying in terms of giving? I mean, it's probably an easy answer, but I'd love to hear it from you anyway.
If we look into the Maqtal and Ma'rakat al-Taf, there were companions of all sorts. There were some companions who were only flag bearers. There were some companions which went into the war. There were some companions which looked after the children. There were some companions which looked over the hills, see if the enemies were coming in.
Lookouts, yeah.
Look out. There were some companions that protected Imam Hussein while he was praying.
Sahih.
Brothers and sisters, we now can become companions of Imam Hussein and the message of Imam Hussein through donating. This is how we look after the message of Imam Hussein. Because if I attend to a place, or if I go to Karbala and I can't get water, then I may not go again. And let's understand the value of the servants and the visitors of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. You know, there is so many high ranks as well. And there are so many poetry in regards to King of Imam Hussein. And the tawfiq for the visitors of Imam Hussein. How many of us say we want to go Arba'in? Do not go. How many of your mates and friends do not say we want to go Arba'in? And you see them, you're like, Fulan, you're Bain al-Haramain, what are you doing? You say, I was invited.
Sahih.
So I will relate it, I'm going to go off topic, but I'll relate it back. You're going to say, okay, what's this got to do with that? the visiting of Imam Hussein, your name has to be picked by Imam Hussein alayhi salam. So this means you are a very lucky individual in the ziyarah. How do you reward this individual? How do you participate with this individual for his rewarding? Through contributing for tabarruk, through contributing through water, through ensuring that he can...
That's amazing.
Yani it's saying, Rasulullah salam, and he goes, Abu Talib, you're making it up. No. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Silmun liman salamahum, harbun liman harabahum, uhibbu man ashlon, innahum minni wa ana minhum. What does that mean? I'm from them and they are me. I am in love to whoever is in love with them. Yeah. I am an enemy to whoever is an enemy with them. Do you think Imam al-Hussein will invite an enemy of his to his ziyarah? Would he?
No, he wouldn't.
He would invite a lover of him. You're serving a lover of Imam Hussein. So you're scoring a goal indirectly. What's greater than serving a lover of Imam Hussein alayhi salam?
Amazing.
And brothers and sisters, we're not saying about branded clothes. We're not speaking about giving out watches. We're speaking about the most
basic necessity.
Basic necessity, and it's food and water. Tabarruk in the name of Imam Hussein. Brothers and sisters, the water, bottled water, it is the most simple plastic water because it is so hot. As we said, currently in the UK and to all our viewers around the world, I'm speaking about the UK, how hot has it been in our Imam Barqat so far?
It's been very hot.
Very hot, yeah. Very hot, very hot. Throughout the day working through shorts and t-shirts. However, the love of Imam Hussein has still forced us to wear black and serve. When we speak to our families, we say, oh, it's so hot here. They're like, what's the temperature in the UK? We're like, it's 29. They're laughing at us. They say you guys are like really, clowns.
Yeah.
It's 50 degrees back home, 45, 48, 55, 60 degrees. Yeah, no electricity, no ACs, none of that. And they're still coping and they're still serving Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And the lovers and the servants of Imam Hussein.
Subhanallah. We're just going to, Abu Talib, before I say goodbye to you, we're just going to go to a very, very small break. Not a break, we're going to go to a video describing the water campaign in Karbala.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Here at Imam Hussein Charity, it is our duty to quench the thirst of the Zawar of Abu Abdullah. Here we need your support, we need your... It is vital. Each Zawar will get a cup. As you see, we have more kids out here that will give out water in need. Many people are here walking in the heat. I'm in night time, as you see, it's easier for us, but we need your support. Donate now, link is below. It's wajib on us to support.
Everyday community.
Thank you to Amir Reza, who gave us an insight into the water solution in Karbala. Lastly, Abu Talib, look, I know you've said quite a lot of things, and I won't be surprised, but I'd love for you to give us one final thought. Again, if someone is on the edge to donate today, because you're always coming with something new, so I'm hoping.
Mullah Ali, today it's Wednesday morning. I think we've passed 12 o'clock. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Wednesday morning. And next Wednesday morning, Imam.
Okay.
So that'll be 3 days after the martyr Imam Hussein alayhi salam. That's when Imam Hussein's body will be collected and it will be buried. Muharram comes once a year. I want you literally to close your eyes, and I'll close mine and the viewers as well, and just remember the friends, the family members that we had around us last year. And I'm thinking of quite a few now. Literally, I'll put 5 fingers up and I'm doing a count. These guys are not around us anymore. They wish to be around us, but they're not around us anymore. So time is passing by, and let us take this opportunity for us to give in the name of Imam Hussein. It's the 5th night of Muharram, and the 10th night will arrive, and the 13th night, and the night of our death will arrive. It may be this year, it may be next year, it may be tomorrow. Let us take this opportunity to give to Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. We are not giving to a stranger. We're not giving to somebody who is in need. Most generous. Abu Abdullah is the most generous. So when you're contributing and giving, Abu Abdullah, because be assured that this generous individual, as much as you ask from him, he will give you. But in the same way, you give to take back from Abu Abdullah.
Ahsant. Abu Talib, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
It's been my honor.
Thank you very, very much.
I ask for Allah to accept from me,
Yes.
from you, from the
Inshallah.
team, the brothers back home, and as well for all the brothers and sisters which are watching, please attend Majalis.
Inshallah.
That's one of the most important things we can
Inshallah.
say.
I just want to wrap up by kind of bringing everything together, and you know what Abu Talib was saying essentially has and is and was personified by 72 individuals that wrote their names in history, and they will be remembered for up until the rise of the awaited Savior, Imam al-Mahdi Ajjallahu Ta'ala Farajuhu Sharif, who will come with the slogan and the statement and the cry of Ya Litharat al-Hussein. These 72 individuals, as we mentioned before, they had money, they had positions, they had families, they had houses, they had stature, they had positions, right? They had everything within their life. But they sacrificed everything that they had, literally everything that they had, in order for them to stand in front of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and to tell Imam Hussein alayhi salam, we are with you, regardless of what the situation is. Now, when they say, I am with you, it's not because you as the individual. They understood that you are a divine character. You have been ordained by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be on this land, to give us blessings and to give us salvation. They understood Imam Hussein alayhi salam to be the ark of salvation. Not because they just love the man, or he happened to be the son of a certain person, or you know, he happened to be a certain family member. No, they understood the divine position of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. They pledged their allegiance, like their fathers pledged their allegiance to Imam Hassan and Imam Ali alayhi salam, and the Prophet. They as well came and pledged their allegiance to Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And here today, you can do the same, brothers and sisters, by contributing whatever you can to bring the legacy of Imam Hussein alive and keeping it alive. There are many benefits of majalis. Abu Talib is one of those benefits in terms of serving and being able to contribute, right? But there are benefits of a majlis that you can contribute to. These people that don't have the necessary means to attend majalis, they can benefit from water, from food, from social connections. You never know. They might come to attend a majlis. Someone might see him and say, listen, I need someone to work in my shop. It could literally be just that. And what united them together? The majalis of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. You can create opportunities for other people to be able to find some sort of sustenance. And also, most importantly, is that they learn about the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. They learn from the message and the teachings of Sayyidah Zainab alayhi salam. Widows could be attending these majalis, and they hold grief in their heart. When they learn more about the story of Sayyidah Zainab alayhi salam, they say, well, you know what I am going through, alhamdulillah, similar to what Sayyidah Zainab alayhi salam said, when she looked up towards the sky and she says, Allahumma taqabbal hadha al-qurban. Whatever she saw in front of her, Sayyidah Zainab, she says, may Allah accept this sacrifice. This is a sacrifice for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is what the companions saw on that day when they wanted to protect Sayyidah Zainab and the women and the children and Imam Hussein alayhi salam. You can also be part of that legacy. Website is imamhusseincharity.com. The QR code is on your screen. Also the Sadaqah app. And inshallah, we will see you tomorrow, same time at 11:30 p.m. UK time. We'll also be speaking to Muhsin and other guests, inshallah. Once again, Abu Talib, thank you so much for your time.
It's been my honor, Mullah. Thank you so much for having me in today.
And on that note, inshallah, we will see you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the tragic month of Muharram, one of the most significant acts is the provision of tabarruk and niyaz for Husseiniyyas worldwide.
In a world plagued by hunger and the merciless killing of Shia Muslims on a daily basis, it becomes our duty to give to those in need. Countless Husseiniyyat, Imam Bargas and centers cook meals to nourish their local communities as the masses gather to remember Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
And do you know what? The orphans and widows absolutely cherish it.
During this time of year, hundreds of thousands of orphans, widows and people living in poverty rely on niyaz and tabarruk.
Just imagine the profound impact a single plate of food, a glass of water or a bag of fruit can have.
These simple items can nourish a hungry child, bring comfort to a struggling family, and even inspire a brother.
However, we cannot do this alone. We need your help to create a lasting impact this Muharram.
Join us in this collective effort to provide basic necessities that every human deserves.
Make your niyaz count and donate your tabarruk now so that it can reach the Hussainis and the Zainabis of today.
واشتكى عند الإله واشتكى عند الإله لو سمعت الحزن هز الميرين فعلمي الكون نادي يا حسين إن رأيت الدين ينعى القبلتين فعلمي الكون ينادي يا حسين